We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium. And we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the New York Giants. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys finally got in the win column last week following 2 straight losses to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Sheds off the tackle. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by a former first-round selection back in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 93 yards, and a score. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
We all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Dart going to give the Scannable. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
39-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Dart going to look to throw here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And he finds Austin complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
A gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Burrow. Austin is in, brings in another one. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
16 yards. That's good for a Bengals.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
At the 45-yard line.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Alexander. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. The Giants' 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow completes Austin here over the middle. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now it's Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
That's another Bengals It's a gain of 17 yards.
Burrow will throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. This 2nd and 4.
To number 5, T. Higgins. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 19.
Now a handoff up the middle. Alexander. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Jamar Chase.
Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing his Dart. He'll check this one down to Scatterby. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's another Giants 1st down.
On play action, here's Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's another Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down to the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Bengals 19.
They'll run from the gun with Scatterby. And he is going to lose yardage here. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun. Here's Dart. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3.
It's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Up the middle they go. It's Alexander. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Here's second and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Give up the middle, Scatteroo. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
A gain of 14. First down, Cincinnati.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man open. It's Chase. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain. And it'll give the Bengals a first down.
A gain of a yard. First down, Bengals.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup.
Back to throw.
Second and inches.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. as his guys are able to extend their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A play fake, and now it's Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 48.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give, it's Scatteroo. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
23 yards. And the Giants first down.
Play action now. Dart. And his throw here's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
Here's Dart once more. Throw left side complete. That's Wagner. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Giants first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Scatteroo is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll try again. And this time he'll score. Touchdown, Giants.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Joe Burrow and the Bengals heading back out there. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sharp. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Powers by at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Giants, 1st down.
Dart. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake, it's Dart. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
But to throw once more, here's Dart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati set to take over once again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. That is incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, it's Hyde. Shifts by him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Dart. That one taken in by Neighbors. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Dart going to look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Dart. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Oh, what a move. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's going to hit that to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And Burrow going to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
A 3-yard pickup.
Now Burrow.
3rd down.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. Oh, some strong running. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
At the 9-yard line.
To throw now, Dart. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing his Dart. And a catch right side by Evans. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Seibert's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. This the first official Sunday of fall, the final week before buys kick in. A full schedule of 16 games on tap. Let's roll.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, good move. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Well, the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here is 3rd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hyde. A nice little juke. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
10 yards. And the Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard.
First down, here's Scatterby. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Dart. He'll dump this off to Scatterby. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bengals' 35-yard line.
To throw, Dart. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
10 yards. That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10.
They'll run on first down. Reese. And he'll get about 5 here. So he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
The 19-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
To throw is Dart. Throwing no, and it's complete. Yeah, the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First down.
An inside run with Scatterby. And he gets him a little bit closer. Takes him from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
On 3rd and short to give it a tight end. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. And he is out of bounds up on the 14-yard line. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They go play action with Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for T. Higgins. Incomplete.
Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From midfield now, Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown.
Andre Yoshivas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, they had a 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. He connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
A gain of 15. And a Bengal first down.
They'll try the left side. It's Alexander. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Burrow will throw. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Giants.
Burrow on play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Up the middle they go. Alexander. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Now it's Burrow. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. His pass caught at the 4. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
24. Giants 13.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Dancing past it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brings up second and a yard at the 33.
Throwing his dart. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Third down and 1.
They'll try and run here with Scatteroo. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. Second down and 8.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
off the bootleg, it's Dart. That's complete to his running back, Scatteroo. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
A gain of 18. And the Giants first down.
Now Dart. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. Second and 7, operating from the 34.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 30.
To the air again, Dart. He shakes it off. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Giants first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Nifty move. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Alexander. Second down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 30.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Alexander. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Here's a second and 8.
It's second and 8.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will add to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They'll start by running the option to right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
24-yard line.
Here's Dart. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Now Burrow. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
19 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Now a give right side. It's Alexander. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A pickup of 2 yards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Giants, 19.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. High dancing past him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. Stays on his feet. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Giants 1st down.
To throw is Dart. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
At the Bengals' 38-yard line.
Play action. Now Dart.
Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun. Here's Dart.
It's caught at the 10. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
44 yards.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
38. Giants 26.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, were the Giants able to recover? Yes!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
He'll check this one down to Scatterby. 3rd and 9 here.
That's a gain of 5.
Here's Dart.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Dart to throw on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Bengal first down.
On first down, it's Alexander. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Burrow looking to pass.
This one finds Austin out right.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now here is Jackson Dart and the Giants.
Down by 15. 2:05 to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. To throw now, Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. To the air, Dart. This is Robinson. And he'll get up near the 45. He'll spot it at the 44.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw, Dart.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wagner.
They'll come up. 1st and 10 here.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Dart.
He finds his man, complete. That's Wagner. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing, Dart.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here now, 3rd down.
Cam Taylor-Britt on the coverage.
Here's Dart once more. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Dart going to look to throw here. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. Here's 3rd down at 5. Looking to throw, Dart.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Here's Dart.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win. And the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you really have to credit the protection he got as well. He had time to throw all game long, and he took advantage, throwing for close to 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So for the Bengals, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.